A warm round of applause, Secretary Carlito Galvez Jr.
Thank you for your courtesies. Thank you. Please sit down. And thank you for the kind introduction. First of all, I would like to thank Secretary Leo Magno, the Mindanao Development Authority, for the invitation. It is my honor to be here with this distinguished guest. I would like also to acknowledge our partners in peace building, especially the Davao del Norte Governor, Governor Edwin Jubahid. We called him Kuya Gob, but I'm calling him Papa Gob because he's already having a lot of children with the former rebels, more than 1,000 babos. And then also we have Governor Divina Grace Yu, Zamboanga del Sur. He's the governor. We just came from Zamboanga to give the check for the Mitsalip Bridge. Ito po yung the bridge that the President is saying during his SONA. So we already had the check for the construction and hopefully it will be constructed by October. Ma'am, October, no? So that we will also construct the other two bridges. Dr. Marco Gemer, the head cooperation European Union. Sir, thank you for also helping us. The first quarter donations that EU has given us is very enormous, and I hope that it will continue. Ms. Tristan Burnett, the United Nations Resident Coordinator and Interim United Nations on International Organization Migration. Madam, thank you for your help, especially in our far-flung areas. They are helping us even up to farthest as Sulu. Mr. Carlito Manlupig, the President of Balay Mindanao, the counterpart also of Brother Ayi Hernandez, which is also one of my co-Eisenhower. Mr. Miguel Rene Dominguez, the President of General Santos Chamber of Commerce and former Governor, and he is also our President for the Eisenhower Fellowship Association of the Philippines. His father is also my mentor during COVID-19. For the information of everybody, all that we are doing in the COVID-19, the brains of that is his father. He is actually advising me if I'm not doing right. So Mr. Paul Dominguez is one of our mentor and also the one that shepherded the peace process from the MNLF to MILF until now. And also he's giving me some advice, especially during this very, very critical transition. Our brother, the SPDA President and Chairman, Jerry Salapodin, the best friend of ES Ermita. They have very close, I have seen their stories. We have very close stories with Secretary former ES Ermita. And also, the son of my co-Eisenhower, who teach me on how to navigate the U.S. Eisenhower Fellowship, Dato Ahmed Paglas. I think your father will be happy that we see each other again. Again, Mr. Sam Sitik, the country representative of the Asia Foundation, who is asking me to have my briefing for only 30 minutes or even lower, so that we will have more discussions. I will do that, and my time is not yet started, no? So do not be. Sam Sitik is always with us. Asia Foundation, when I was a brigade commander, they are helping us with the Basilan Ulama Council. So thank you, Sam. Until now, you are helping us with the peace process. And he's also the member of the third-party monitoring team. Fellow public servants, friends from the private sector, civil society organization, fellow development practitioners, magandang umaga sa inyo lahat. Assalamualaikum. Good morning to everyone. Before I begin my presentation, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to the Mindanao Development Authority, led by Chairperson Secretary Leo Teroso Magno, for extending our agency the kind invitation to speak in today's forum. On behalf of the men and women of the Office of the Presidential Advisor on Peace, Reconciliation, and Unity, I am very pleased to present an overview of the Philippine peace process through the session entitled Convergent Building Towards Inclusive Development. My presentation today will cover the following. First, I will be giving you the overview of PAPRO's vision, mission, core values and principles, and also the roadmap. Then I will briefly discussing the comprehensive peace process of our 5-point peace agenda. And then next, I will talk about PAPRO's normalization and transformation program. We are using scientific data evidence transformation roadmap, which I took it during my Eisenhower Fellowship in the Creative Leadership, the Creative Center of Creative Leadership in Colorado, one of the best leadership school, wherein Daniel, the founder of EQ, is teaching there, and also the owner of Bix Vaporub is the owner of that Center of Leadership. And finally, share the Sustainable Peace Development Convergence Program and our agency's key messages. Over the years, the PAPRO's vision and mission remains the same: the pursuit of a just, lasting peace for the nation and all Filipinos. To attain this, we have been bestowed with the authority to manage, direct, integrate, and supervise the implementation of the comprehensive peace process as enshrined in our mission. At the heart of the mandate is the comprehensive peace process, which is defined as conflict-sensitive, peace-promoting, whole of society, and empowering approaches toward ending internal armed conflict, the resolution of its root causes, and transforming Philippine society characterized by justice, equity, harmonious pluralism, and full respect for human rights. And as we fulfill our mandate, we are guided by our core values of integrity, inclusivity, and justice. Why justice? According to Chief Justice Gesmundo, he said that we should be included there, because without justice and rule of law, there is no peace. And he is really right. We are thankful to the President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. for making the comprehensive peace process one of the cornerstone policies of his administration, as seen in the government in 5-point peace, reconciliation, and unity agenda. These 5 points agenda are namely, number 1, the completion of the peace agreements with the MILF and the MNLF towards healing and reconciliation. As we remember, the Bangsamoro Organic Law is basically the harmonization of the 1976 Triple Agreement, the 1996 MNLF Final Peace Agreement, and also the MILF Bangsamoro Comprehensive Agreement. In fact, the 42 points that had been during the Jeddah Accord, the 42 points that had been raised during the Bangsamoro Congress with the MILF and the MNLF with our OIC friends, it was also included in the Bangsamoro Organic Law. And then ending of the armed conflict with the CPPA and MDF by expanding the transformation program for local peace process and forging political settlement. We are now in the framing of the framework. Actually, the framework agreement is already finished, and we are about to the authority, as was also already given for us for the president to sign it. There are some hitches, but hopefully by November we can sign the framework agreement. Completion and sustainment of the gains of the signed peace agreement with the RPA-ABB and the CPLA and CBA. Actually, the CPLA and the CBA, we are already under 96% completion of all the agreements that we have signed. We pick up the RPA-ABB after 19 years of hiatus in 2019, and now we are now picking up. And one of our awardees last September 30 is Veronica, the head of the Paduano Tabara Group. Number 4, enhancement of resilience for peace, communities, and vulnerable groups through social healing and peace-building approaches in support of the peace process. And lastly, the enhancement of the delivery of intervention in addressing root causes and drivers of conflict through convergence and complementation support of the peace processes. We have a convergence program with different agencies. It doesn't mean that it will increase our budget, but the inclusion of the budget of the different agencies will be given emphasis also. The other agencies will include the convergence of the peace process in their budget also. Now, this is at the 4 level of transformation. This is, please, next previous slide, please. Actually, this is our roadmap. after my assumption in 2018, we took up a painstaking review on our roadmap. In fact, the OPAPRO doesn't have a roadmap before. We borrowed the AEPTR, the Armed Forces of the Philippines Transformation Roadmap. We started when I was still in the military. We started the PMA roadmap 2005-2015. So we copied the transformation roadmap to OPAPRO. So this is the transformation program of the change agenda of OPAPRO from 2022 to 2040. And it's already a book. We have already a book on this transformation roadmap. Then next. This is the four levels of transformation that we are using for the transformation of our combatants, their families, and the communities. If you look at this quadrant, the quadrant at the left, we called it individual. This transformation program has been perfected by Center for Creative Leadership for 30 years. 30 years nilang pinormulate ito. So, in the upper hand is, we called it individual. On the other side, on the right side, is collective. On the upper hand, we called it within organizations. And then at the lower is between organizations. Meaning there is an individual level transformation, the family and the community level, and the institutional level, and the societal level. In transforming the IMA-ILF and the MLF, we can see they are strong more on the individual and family community level. We want to transform them to strengthen their societal level transformation, meaning common good, harmony, justice is more prevalent in the community. So that's the end point. Next, we transform our normalization transformation components and objectives based on the model of the UN, wherein we have the transformation of the peacekeeping, peacemaking, and also peace building. So at the level of at the top, the first level is more heavy on security. And then the second, we are heavy on confidence building, establishing good confidence building. And at the same time, the political reforms and socioeconomic development at the other quadrant. And then at the other quadrant is the transitional justice, social healing, and reconciliation. Meaning there is still a need for us to create the national transitional justice for the Bangsamoro. That's why during our Senate hearing, that is one of our demand to the Senate, because we cannot push the full team implementation of Bangsamoro without the creation of transitional justice, because there are many people who are land dispossessed. There is land dispossession. The Marawi compensation cannot move on because the land issue there is very complicated. There should be a one body that will adjudicate how we will apportion these lands. Based on my almost 32 years in Mindanao, I was in Mindanao since 1985. And I never leave Mindanao because most of my studies also in J3. My head is always in Mindanao. So the dynamics of the conflict in Mindanao is basically, we have studied more than 200 conflicts. And more than 85 to 90 conflicts issued are land dispossession. Meaning more people, rich people, have more lands. And that also will be, the land dispossession will also be our problem when we commercialize. Because many people wanted to have a commercial land and they will the land dispossess many people. So meaning after peace, there is also land dispossession. So meaning after the normalization process, there is the tendency also, that's why you see there are IP killings. Because the IP's land is being grabbed by so many people that they want it to be commercialized into a bigger plantation. Because plantations want 5,000 hectares, 300 hectares, 600 hectares. And they cannot have a commercialized land if we will have only 5 hectares, 10 hectares. So that will be the what we call the system dynamics, that is the unintended consequences of a system. Wherein if there is a good system, there is also negative and positive consequences. Next. And to carry out our normalization transformation program across various peace tables, we employ the Peace and Development Convergence framework because we believe without convergence, there will be some sort of harmonization of all interlocking systems. This diagram presents how the OPAPRO program converges at the local level. Our peace tables manage localized efforts, while Payapa and Masaganang Pamayanan program, which is our social intervention program, infra and non-infra programs that will solve the root causes of conflict, the Social Healing and Peace Building Office, and also the international and private partners' support and implementation of all components of the normalization and transformation programs with the LGUs at the forefront. That's why nandito po ngayon ang lahat ng LGUs. Our concept, the concept of AYI and our concept in OPAPRO is that if our agreement will only be concentrated on bilateral agreements, most agreements in the world has been a failure because they insist on the inflexible bilateral agreements. But I believe if you will localize it, because at the end of the day, it is the local government unit that's responsible of everything. That's why, if you look at the strategy of PAPRO now, we are now localizing the normalization transformation at the provincial level. Why provincial? Because in a system, you should have a close boundary. In a region, there are many variables. So system, subsystem, variable, policy rate. If you have many variables, it is becoming complex. But if you will go to the governors, it will become simple, and the problem will become simple, from complex problem to simpler solutions. So that's the strategy, and we are very successful. In Mindanao, we are very successful. I just came from Caraga. We have a regional-wide Rebel Returnees Summit Forum. It was initiated by the former rebels. The activities had been managed by the former rebels, and the recommendations and the programs that they want to achieve in the near future has been organized by the former rebels. All the governors were there, and all the regional agencies were there. And with that, we saw that the institutionalization of the normalization transformation should be localized at the region and at the province. After the province, you regionalize. It's easier for the Caraga because the political system there is easier because there is unity among politicians. All the governors are unified, the congressmen are unified, all the mayors are unified. If there are political conflicts, you go to province. If there is a political problem on the province, you go to mayor. So that's our some sort of localized solution. The Peace and Development Convergence Framework is not just a policy tool. It is a transformative strategy that aligning the comprehensive peace process with local realities, creating a resilient foundation for peace and process in the country, because different provinces, different dynamics, different actors, and different conditions. So you cannot have a one solution fit all. It should be a systemic solution of the problem, and the variables should be addressed properly without having some sort of a unilateral solutions. Next, one of our prominent program is the Pamana program. One of our key convergence platforms for peace building is the Payapa na Masaganang Pamayanan program, and it's an integral part of comprehensive peace process, which ensures sustainability and intervention for the effective implementation of various peace agreements. The Pamana program features high-impact initiatives in conflict-affected areas and vulnerable areas designed to address the root causes of conflict, and these interventions are particularly directed at the vulnerable sectors in isolated and hard-to-reach areas like Cordillera. I just came from Cordillera last September 12 and 14. 12, 13, and 14. I'm talking with the different governors. Then the Pamana program implementation hinges on the mutually reinforcing pillars, which are the policy reform and governance, capacity building, socioeconomic intervention. So we have the policy and governance, we have capacity building, and the socioeconomic intervention. The Pamana program has achieved landmark targets over the years. Most notably, it has facilitated over 68 billion pesos worth of soft and hard projects for our focus areas from 2011 and 2025. Pamana Raw is concentrating on educational enhancement program. Last meeting with the senators, we have a very overwhelming support because we saw in MSU, when we gave the 50,000 pesos merely $1,000, $1,000 per year for every student for 4 years, that is $4,000 or $200,000. The people are crying, including the combatant's family and also the recipient. And the recipient said their parents did not make mistake, that they invest in our future. Because an investment for peace, an investment for education is an investment for peace. So with that, we gathered some resources that our target before is only 3,000, 7,000. Now we are targeting one time 34,000 in a year, or 34,000 in 4 years. Next, the Pamana Implementing Partners program harnesses the power of convergence and collaboration with agencies shown in your screen. These partnerships are critical in ensuring that all interventions are properly executed, monitored, and sustained. Our Pamana Convergence includes the SWD, NCIP, and also the Philippine Commission on Women. These commissions have no budget, and in fact, they need support from OPAPRO because they are also the most vulnerable sectors. So that's why in NCIP we are helping 58 million. We are helping 1,160 students with 50,000 per year. And also we give Philippine PhilHealth more or less 158 million yearly. At the same time, DSWD is also earmarking more or less 2 billion per year. And I'm so happy that they will increase, the President will increase the Pamana from the 255 excess of the DSWD. Sabi nga namin kahit lang yung barya ng DPWH 255 kahit yung 5 billion, malaking tulong sa amin yon. And I hope that the President saw the beauty of Pamana and they see that they will give some support on Pamana. Also supporting peace tables managed, PAPRO is the Social Healing and Peace Building Program, or SHAPE. This is basically intended for preventing violent extremism. Because the President said, Charlie, we cannot go back to square one. There should be no relapse, no more resurgence. And because of the SHAPE, we also undergo healing and reconciliation for the victims of terrorism. In Sulu, the victims of the bombing there in 2019, we were able to graduate for 6 months social healing, and with the help of the Oblates parishioners. And I believe the SHAPE program that we had, we were able to see the extermination of the Abu Sayyaf. So Sulu now has nightlife. Before Sulu, 4 o'clock, you cannot go around. But now Sulu, you can have an overnight over the sea. So Sulu now has nightlife. And we are trying to see that the Sulu, where I operated in 2000 during all-out war, is so different now after 25 years. And then this year, we declared Basilan as Abu Sayyaf Free. I was the battalion commander in 2000 all-out war during the hostage crossings in Puno Muhaji, Tumahubong, wherein 28 teachers had been kidnapped. Now, Basilan is Abu Sayyaf Free. And last September 30, they were awarded as one of Kawat Kapayapan Award in last September 30 in OPAPRO. So Basilan has been transformed into a very, very progressive island right now. Before, I know Migs, when I was a brigade commander in 2014 in Basilan, he is also working for the education there. The governance feature of the mayors now they are learning about governance. Then to further sustain the gains of peace process, the OPAPRO is employing public-partner partnership for people, planet, and peace for 6 Ps. We have Kennemer model. Kennemer now is visiting also Basilan. And the Netherlands, the people of Netherlands is also helping us in really generating some economic activity in the area, especially in enhancing the cooperatives in the areas of Basilan and also other areas in Mindanao. The 6Ps leverage the mutually beneficial relationship with international and private partners to address resources gaps in the implementation of socioeconomic needs in the geographically isolated and conflict-affected and vulnerable areas. EU is also helping us. In fact, I know EU is also helping us to expand Sharia law with the help of the Supreme Court and also Subatra. You have been long-standing helping us. EU also donated, I think, 27 million euro this year. And we are very, very thankful to the Ambassador Toro for really continuously handholding the Bangsamoro from the time of President Aquino until now. This innovative partnership also make way for the convergent interventions such as lifeline infrastructure developments, which include health centers, school and irrigation and water system, community livelihood trainings and the agribusiness development, education scholarship, and capacity building. In fact, JICA, COICA, and also USAID joined hands for a 1.6 billion maternity health initiatives. In fact, also Japan also donated more or less more than 5 to 10 million dollars for the capacity building of 10,000 farmers and also the mothers cooking, and then 50,000 school children are being fed by the products of their father. So that project, we called it From Farm to Schools program. This is very helpful, especially in the Bangsamoro area. Most recently, the PAPRO launched the Philippine Peace Institute, which is the national institute dedicated in advancing the fostering the peace education, peace reconciliation, and unity across the nation. Its core mission is to strengthen the foundation of peace research through capacity development and working closely with both the public and private sectors. And primary role of the PPI is to support comprehensive peace process by enhancing our ability to manage conflict and promoting culture of peace in all sectors of society. If you look at Bicol University is the one of the source of the combatants for NPA. But when Bicol University started the curriculum of peace and security since 1996, Bicol now is some sort of what we considered as insurgency-free, meaning they are now very productive in peace education. So they are one of the forefront of our peace education in Bicol and also in the country, wherein they were being awarded by the Korean government. And also in MSU now is being converted to National Peace University, or we called it National Peace University. And sometimes I normally coined it the MNLF State University, because they are the one transforming the MNLF now and giving some assistance in education on farming and also in other areas in fisheries and other livelihood program. The PPI is designed to be a vital resources. This is an institution wherein we can institute the curriculum of peace education, wherein we have a safe space for the schools. Meaning, maybe this will be the future for removing hazing, removing bullying, and also some mental problems because of some pressures in educational institution. So our vision is futuristic, to remove violence in schools and also in our societies. Meaning, school will be a safe space for everyone, wherein if there are issues, conflict is natural, but violence is not. Meaning, in solving some issues, we find solutions, peaceful solutions to resolve it. So that's the intention of UPAPRO to institutionalize the curriculum in the different schools. Furthermore, we also support the advancement of country's women, peace, and security agenda. We take pride in the trailblazing role of the Philippines has been taken in institutionalizing the WPS agenda. This is another WPS. This is not the West Philippine Sea. This is the Women, Peace, and Security. Last year, together with the Department of Budget and Management for Foreign Affairs and the Philippine Commission on Women, we hosted the International Conference of Women, Peace, and Security with attendance of more than 1,500 from different 6 regions that we have. This international conference served as a convergence platform for women leaders, peace builders, and also the advocates. And one of the outcomes of the international conference was the establishment of the WPS Center of Excellence in the Philippines, which has been supported by the U.S. Department and also by Georgetown University. And we are now, we would like to invite all the women here present, including girls, that we will be having the National Action Plan on Women, Peace, and Security this coming month of October. It's a Women's Month. Women's Month. This coming October 28 to 30. To mobilize the Peace Development Convergence framework shown earlier, the PAPRO, together with the Department of Economy, Planning and Development of DepDep, established the Sustainable Peace and Development Convergence Program. This program follows the updated program convergence budgeting approach to ensure coordinated and efficient funding across agencies. The SPD Convergence Program, chaired by PAPRO and co-chaired by DepDep, aims to harmonize the government expertise to address conflict drivers and promote economic development and enhance governance. Next slide, please. The SPD Convergence Program is guided by 3 pillars: sustainability, peace-centered development, and inclusivity. These values will share all decisions and actions of the programs and its implementing committee. And this is the next slide. I think my time is up. Next. Moving forward, the OPAPRO and the rest of the government bureaucracies shall be committed to fulfill commitments under all signed peace agreements, advance the country's peace and development goals, and future-proof of country's peace security gains. One of the key forward-looking initiatives is the creation of the regular peace agency that will serve as a dedicated agency focused on peacefully resolving internal armed conflicts and the integration of institutionalization of various peace-building efforts across government agencies, ensuring that peace is a vital and permanent as defense. Next. This is only some of the, actually this is one of the last part that I would like to share. This is very important that we are pushing for the creation of the National Transitional Justice Commission for the Bangsamoro. And this is this organization. Next. Still, our passion, commitment, and drive remains strong as we move forward with operationalizing the Convergence program that we need. But we need your support. This isn't just another set of strategies or activities. It's about ensuring the sustainability and impact of our peace investment. This investment won't just stay in reports or reports on agencies. They will be seen in homes rebuilt, forests restored, and the local economies revived. In communities that once lived in a fear, now stepping into hope and stability. Now, to end my presentation, I will leave you the following key messages. First, peace and development are interconnected and mutually supporting. As the UN Secretary said, that without peace, there is no development. At the same time, without development, there is no sustainable peace. Second, transformative peace building contributes to our national development goals. Our peace work supports the Philippine Development Agenda 2023-2028 and the goal of achieving inclusive development by promoting peace in vulnerable areas. Number third, empowering conflict-affected and indigenous communities. Kaya po we created an IP desk in Papru. We must not forget the indigenous brothers and sisters on our country's journey to peace. It is critical that advocate our inclusive, cultural sensitive development that reflects the realities of indigenous peoples and other marginalized groups. I was so passionate in helping IPs because the IP people saved my life in 1985. We were lost in the mountains of Mount Mabaho in Agusan del Sur. More than two weeks, we never knew where we are because it's so many mines. The compass is circling around. We have no reference. So for almost 2 weeks, we are lost. 150 of us. It's the Mamanwa who find the way for us to live. So we build bridges in the area, and also we build roads on those areas, beautiful roads, and they're very happy. I saw the family. I saw the family that saved us, and we bring them here in Manila. Because I really wanted to say that it is because now that I am here, it's because of the IP, because they saved my life. Fourth, multilateral collaboration is essential to advancing inclusive development. The Mindanao Development Forum 2025 is truly a vital platform to strengthen partnership by aligning peace building and development efforts. We can build long-term solutions for communities historically left by our development. So our resources with MinDA, we are trying to source. So yung PRDP na nakita natin 30%, we will be happy to share our resources so that we can alleviate the need of the. So pwede 20% sa Papru, 10% sa So we can. Actually, we have a problem in Mountain Province. There is a PRDP project that has been established there in Mountain Province. But the problem of the governor is he has to build 2.7 kilometer road. He doesn't know what to do because the road does not exist. How the heavy equipment will go there? So we gave them the 75 million for the construction of that road. So they were happy. They were happy. We immediately I signed the check last 2 weeks ago, and last 2 days ago, and they are very happy that we have given that project so that the PRDP project will not be wasted. That's how, Sir Magno, that we can help. If there are some gaps between the PRDP and MinDA, we can also support those projects. And lastly, investing in peace is investing in development. Every peso spent on peace leads to lasting social and economic benefits. The OPAPRO remains committed to this program and that promotes social cohesion, human security, and inclusive economic empowerment. And this is the foundation of a just, lasting peace. That ends my presentation, and good day to all.
A warm round of applause for Secretary Carlito Galvez Jr.